Welcome back to Seahawk Central. I'm Emma Tillman.
And I'm Davis Bell.
This week we'll dive into fun, fall-inspired festivities on campus, UNCW's first musical in over a decade, Head Over Heels, and what the school is offering to help students survive the struggles of finals.
And for sports, we've got a lot of exciting stuff, including basketball, tennis, and soccer.
Anna Landrum will start things off with a Wagsgiving rundown.
Thanks, Emma. One of UNCW's most iconic holiday traditions happened this week. The 16th annual Wagsgiving was on Thursday, November 21st, and was an evening of fun and food at Wagner Hall. This year's winner of the t-shirt design contest was UNCW student Lily Jaskey, and her creative design represented this year's Wagsgiving event. When asked about the inspiration behind her design, Jaskey gave credit to Wilmington's beach town setting. Jaskey adds in quote, "Since UNCW is located on the coast, the idea of surfing immediately came to mind. It represents an important part of the UNCW experience." She also talked about why Wagsgiving is such an important UNCW tradition, saying in quote, "It's a great way to connect with campus life, and you're almost guaranteed to see familiar faces. It creates a welcoming and warm environment for students who can't go home for the break." The first 50 people in line got one of these exclusive t-shirts for free. At 3 p.m., live music and an involvement fair began outside of Wagner Hall, and doors opened at 4 p.m. Students enjoyed classic Thanksgiving favorites from turkey and stuffing to apple pie. It was a great way for Seahawks to ring in the holiday season. Now we'll take things over to Kinsey with how students can prepare for finals.
It's that time of year again, Seahawks. Even as holiday cheer spreads, as turkeys are being carved and Christmas trees are going up, final exams are fast approaching. This can be a difficult point in the semester for all of us. A small survey done of UNCW students found that 100% feel more stressed during final exams than other points in the year, and 93% feel as if they struggle with procrastination during exams. Additionally, over half of students say they get less or lower quality sleep during finals, and 85% report to increasing their caffeine intake. Certainly understandable. However, there are measures you can take to manage the stress even as the work piles up. Our survey found that some of the UNCW student body's favorite stress management strategies include prayer and meditation, socializing with friends and peers, taking study breaks, self-care, and exercise. UNCW will be hosting a Get Energized for Finals event in Sandpiper Hall on November 25th at 6 o'clock, where they will help students prepare for exams and learn ways to recharge once they're behind you. And speaking of recharging, the UNCW Theater and Music Department collaborated to open the curtains for its first musical in 14 years, and it's a big one. Let's head on over to Emily with more.
That's right, Kenzie. Head Over Heels is a high-energy comedic jukebox musical featuring iconic 80s pop hits by the Go-Go's with a live band. The theater was packed with excitement on opening night on November 14th as tickets promptly sold out just after doors opened. The show follows a royal family's hilariously outrageous quest to save their kingdom Arcadia from an oracle's prophecy of doom. It's truly got everything, from themes of love and self-discovery to upbeat song and dance numbers like We Got the Beat. This is a performance you don't want to miss. You still have the chance to experience Head Over Heels live on stage this weekend, November 21st through the 24th. Get your tickets online at uncwarts.universitytickets.com or purchase them at the box office. Last week, Emma and I had the chance to interview 5 cast members before their dress rehearsal on Wednesday, November 13th. Tune into our Instagram at Seahawk Central News for that and more as we sit down to discuss the show in greater detail. Until then, let's take things back to Emma and Davis.
Thanks, news crew. We've had a very exciting week in the sports world, so let's kick things off with soccer and head over to Alexa.
Well, Seahawks, men's soccer traveled to Hempstead, New York to play Hofstra, the number 4 seed, to compete in the CAA Soccer Championship. UNCW advancing to this championship was the first time since 2019, and this was determined the last spot for the NCAA men's soccer tournament. We battled hard but fell short 1-0 to put an end to the fall 2024 season. It is an understatement to say that we are very proud of all our players for their hard work and dedication throughout this season, and we know they're going to start off strong next year and bounce back quick. Great job, boys. Wilmington is happy to have you represent us. That's it for men's soccer. Let's check in tennis with Marie.
Thanks, Alexa. UNCW tennis continues to make their mark this season. The men's team competed at the ITA Conference Masters Championships on November 7th and 8th. Doubles team Alex DeGabriel and Joseph Wayand advanced to the round of 32 after defeating Richmond. However, they fell short in the quarterfinals against Notre Dame. Wayand made his way to the round of 32 in singles but ended his journey there. The women continued their season with 2 competitions over the last 3 weeks. From November 1st to November 3rd, they hosted the Seahawk Ocean Classic. The Lady Seahawks swept in doubles on day 1, beating Seton Hall, Mount Olive, and Longwood. On day 2, they defeated UNC Greensboro and Campbell North Carolina Central in doubles, but fell short to Seton Hall in singles. Finally, they defeated UNCG in singles on day 3. Their next appearance was in Conway, South Carolina at the Coastal Carolina Fall Tournament. They swept in doubles and went 3-4 in singles on day 1. On day 2, the women beat UNCG in both doubles and singles and fell to Coastal in doubles. The women's team will not play again until January 31st when they face Mount Olive at home. The men's team will play again on January 25th against Florida State in Tallahassee. Now over to Dylan with basketball.
Thanks, Marie. The UNCW men's basketball team faced non-conference opponent USC Upstate for their first road game of the season. Donovan Newby led the Seahawks in scoring with a team-high 20 points. Other UNCW members of the team like Elijah Jamison, Kamari McGriff, Greedy Williams, and Sean Moore added to the scoring, each finishing in double figures. It was a full team effort as the men's team took tightly contested match by a score of 89-85 to stay undefeated. The men returned home for Live Oak Bank Holiday Classic Tournament with games against Colgate, Appalachian State, and Sam Houston State all throughout the Thanksgiving break. So if you're still in town, be sure to check them out. Over on the women's side, the team looked to get back in the win column after a battle against UNC. The team took on Presbyterian with a few extra minutes this go around. After a rally by the Presbyterian College, overtime had arrived. Thanks to Evan Miller's incredible performance in overtime with 7 points, the team was able to capture the victory by a score of 78-74. A team win with 4 Seahawks finishing with double-digit points. Keeping the adversity from this overtime win, the women took on the Apprentice School at Trask Coliseum. A dominant performance by the team secured a powering win for the Seahawks. Allie Zalea finished the game with her second double-double of the season, with other stellar performances from Evan Miller, Kate Hollyfield, and Isis Finch, finishing with double-digit points. The Seahawks secured the W with an impressive 103-22 win to add another game to the winning streak. The women's team will look to continue this hot streak with Winthrop as their next opponent.
Well, that wraps up this week's Seahawk Central. Be sure to follow Seahawk Central News and Sports on Instagram and check out In the Hoop, where I'll go in depth on this past week's men's and women's basketball games.
And send over any newsworthy stories you'd like us to cover at UNCW Seahawk Central News at gmail.com. I'm Emma Tillman with news.
And I'm Davis Bell with sports. We'll see y'all next time.